Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Rob. Today we're going to be cooking some chuck roast on my newish, it's like an 80-gallon reverse flow offset. I was going to do brisket and pork shoulder, but I went to Giant, I went to Weiss, and the only pork shoulder they had was the picnic, and I don't like that cut. So I ended up getting two kind of nice sized chuck roasts. What are you going to do? I ended up ordering a brisket and a pork shoulder from Wild Fork, which is currently in my fridge defrosting. It's going to take a few days. So we'll do that video once those guys thaw out. So I just got this about a week ago. I've run a couple cooks on it. Starting to get used to the size fire I want to have. But it's always an adventure, right? This thing has a huge 2 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot cube firebox. And with that you can get some really nice fires going. So I'm going between just enough wood that I want, you know, to keep it around 275 or so, versus having a little bit extra in there and playing with the dampers, but making sure we have a nice clean fire. Never really shutting the vents down really that close. But let's see what happens today. All my splits are pretty good size. About like this, regular what you would expect from like firewood. This is hickory I got. I bought a cord of it. I have a fireplace in the house also. Anyway, let's get this fire going. Let's see what we can do. All right. Here's what we're going to do today. We're going to start with a nice bed of coals, charcoal. Get a couple of your tumbleweeds. Today I'm using Jello Stubble briquettes. These are 20-pound bags. I got them on sale for like $15 each at Walmart, so I bought about 8 of them. Woohoo! All right, get the tumbleweeds lit, and we'll let this go for about 10-15 minutes. All right, while things are getting heated up out there, let's go ahead and get these ready. So I got 2 of these. They are, this one's about 3.1 pounds. This one is a little bit thicker and 2.8 pounds. But it's got some really good color on them. And we're not doing anything real fancy on these. Not doing any trimming. Nothing. There's that one. Let's go. And it looks like I paid $7.99 a pound for these, which is crazy. I guess it's all right, but still. I mean, you get a ton of meat. See how much bigger that one is? So we'll get to see how that's going to go as far as cooking. They are pretty damp, so I'm not even going to do any kind of rubs or any binders. Today we're going to use Uncle Steve's Shake Lucky Shake. And I'm going to actually let these sit out while we're getting the fire ready, so I'll be able to throw some more of the seasoning on there, some more rub as they sweat. But I want to get a nice good early coating on them. All right, it's been about 20 minutes. And this thing's pretty well lit. So let's go ahead and get this going in the firebox. Now watch it if you got flip-flops on like I do. All right, gonna open up the vent all the way, top vent. Kind of scoot these around to make a nice little bed. Hot in there. And I'm just gonna set it kind of right like that, just kind of sitting over it, and let it catch a minute. All right, you can see it caught pretty well. So now I'm gonna do, close this a little bit. Actually, I wanna have these vents open all the way. I'm gonna keep this kind of cracked for now. And we'll see what starts to happen here. Again, I have this all the way open currently. All right, I gave that about 10-15 minutes to make sure that that one split that I put in caught really well. I just threw another split in there, and I shut the door, but I have all three vents open. And this really likes to run like this. You can really hardly see any smoke coming out this way from the back pressure, and a lot coming out from the top. So it really has a nice pull. And this has a, it's a reverse flow, and there's just a welded in baffle that goes all the way to about here. Comes out at the tip here, and then flows over your meat, and comes back here. And I don't know if it's the width of this. I mean, it's not super tall. What is that, 2.5 feet or something? But it's a 6-inch diameter, and it really pulls through pretty nice at this setting, where I have the vents open all the way, the door shut, and this open all the way. So right now we're getting some dirty smoke because I just put that other split in. But this should settle in nicely. I'm thinking at this setting. I think I was running 2 good sized splits when I was testing this out last time with a couple sets of ribs, and it just settled in right nice, right around like 275 to 300, right around in that area. Yeah. So let this go a little while, get a nice clean smoke, and then we'll throw some meat on. All right, we have a nice base going now. I've been messing with it a little bit. I have I think I have 3 splits in there now. Our original kind of big one, and then 2 kind of smaller ones. And we're hitting right about 275 right now. It's been pretty steady. So let's go ahead and get these guys on. And actually, now that they've been kind of been sitting out sweating, I want to add a little bit more seasoning here, more of our rub. All right, let's go ahead and throw them right here. This one's a little fatter. I'm going to put him to the left. All right, let these go at least an hour or so. I'll stick some probes in them, see where we're at. We'll follow along. All right, guys, it's been 3 hours since I put these guys on. I actually did put the probes in right after I turned off the camera last time. I like to watch, I like the data. I was kind of wondering in my head, like, well, I wonder how much the big thick one is gonna, be different from the skinnier one. Skinnier but wider. So anyway, as it went along, the fat guy, we'll call him, was a little bit below the other guy's temp. But then they both kind of caught up to each other, and right now the fat guy is at 162, and the skinny guy, we'll call him, is at 158. Now the fat guy's kind of blocking the skinny guy. I kind of scooted him over this way a little bit more, more towards the stack. And anyway, let's take a look. I haven't looked at him since probably 20 minutes in when I put the probes in. So let's take a look. Wow, they're looking great. If I had hot hand things, I would pull this out to show you a little bit. but you can probably see them pretty well. Yeah, you can. Not really getting the bark I want yet, so I'm going to keep going. But yeah, they are right about 160, and they have been for about 20 minutes. So we'll keep this going. Yes, we've been going about 250, 275, right between there. And from left to right, they are pretty similar. The left is maybe a tiny bit, maybe like 10 degrees or so hotter. Yeah, I do want to wrap them, but not yet. You know, they just kind of hit 160 about 20 minutes ago or whatever I said. So I'll give it another half hour, 45 minutes maybe. See where they're at. It's been 45 minutes. Let's kind of open this up, wrap these two guys up. I'm gonna put a little apple cider vinegar in there, along with some more of this Lucky Shake. Oh, that's heavy. Yeah, we'll go with the smaller guy first. Oh, it looks awesome. Let's go ahead and shut this a minute. And I started doing this, I saw Cooking with Rye. Did that a little bit before. And I tried it, and I don't know, it was like the best chuck roast I ever had. So, shout out to Cooking with Rye. Okay, get nice and tight. Put him over here for a second while I get the other aluminum foil. Ugh. Oh, that looks so good. I'm not really putting too much of this on here. Just kind of enough. Give it a little bit of splash. Nice and tight. Got our other guy, ooh, which is hot because he was on the firebox. All right, let's see if I can remember which one was which. All right. Okay, so now again, just going to keep this sitting around 250, 275, something like that. If it gets up to a little bit at about 300, that's fine too. I'm going to push this through until it gets to, I don't know, a little over 200, 203, 204, something like that. We don't want to pull it, we want to still be able to slice it. So we'll see how it probes once we hit around the 200 mark. All right, we've hit the 5-hour mark. Coincidentally, these are at 205 and 207. So the fat guy's about 205. I'm gonna let them both rest out in room temperature, and once they get to about 165 or so, we'll start slicing into the one. The other one, and I'm sorry, my neighbor's doing some leaf blowing right now. Just started like 3 minutes ago. Anyway, the other one I'm going to put in my new warming oven overnight and have him for breakfast with some eggs. I don't know if I'm going to video that, but it'd be kind of cool. The plan for the one I'm going to eat today is I'm going to kind of, there's that large fat guy going across the middle, pull him apart. After it rests until it's down a little bit lower in temp. And then I'm going to vacuum seal that chunk, and I'll make a quick video in the future. I bought a cheap sous vide guy, so I'll go ahead and heat that up and see if it tastes as good as when I took it off the grill today. Anyway, let's get these guys off and get them rested. That is a heavy thing. Woohoo, that's hot. Woo, full of juice. All right, just gonna take a look here. Oh, it looks so good. Oh, if you could smell it, that'd be great. It's probing really nice. Not so much like butter where I won't be able to cut it. Anyway, let's get these wrapped up. And I wanted to get a fresh sheet just because I knew it was going to be pretty liquidy. All right, nice and tight. All right, I don't know about you, but I'm hungry. All right, we've got these guys. This guy's down to about 162. He's like 167. Let's go ahead and put this guy, wrap him nice and tight. Remember, we have another piece of foil on here. Make sure the juices stay in nice. Let's go ahead and put him in the warming oven. All right, and I've already got it set to, I have it set to about 150-ish. I got to dial it in a little bit. The dial on the right doesn't seem to really want to be super accurate. All right, good night, see you tomorrow. I'll keep an eye on that. Let's go back outside and eat. All right. Oh, it looks really good. All right. Woo! All right, so there's this fat guy right here. What I'm gonna do is kind of carve him out. I'm gonna shrink wrap him, vacuum seal, and I'll sous vide him tomorrow. Or I guess not tomorrow. I don't know when I will. Later in the week. All right, vacuum him later. This is what we're eating today. Would you look at that? Man, that looks so good. Check that out. A little on the hot side. Which one I'm gonna eat? Take one of these guys and kind of cut it in half. Look at that smoke ring. I know I just showed you, but I mean, look at this. It's so juicy. All right. Anyway, this is really good. This smoker, man, it's so this only took about 5 hours. Super tendy, super juicy, super tendy. super juicy. I'm coming to learn that because it's so insulated and thick, 250 to 275 on this is like, I don't know, it makes me feel like on the other grills I've been using, the heat's always escaping, right? So it's always just replenishing that heat that's always escaping, and maybe things move a little quicker through them. But this one, because it's so thick, and the fire's just constant, and I mean that firebox is like crazy thick. And then the body being thick, it's not as turbulent in there maybe. So, you know, you're getting your smoke flavor and your smoke ring like you see. But I mean, everything just like it's like a deeper heat, I guess. It's still 250, 275, but the heat isn't escaping as quickly. So it can do more damage. I don't know. Somebody out there explain it to me, because it's awesome. Anyway, leave some comments below if you want. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and we'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Patty, peace.